Here's how to awaken in 2025 with the power of non-duality. So what is non-duality? Non-duality is God. Non-duality is no longer any polarity, no more left and right or good or bad. And I could end this video right now just by saying this one sentence, that the way that you awaken in 2025 is to not awaken in 2025. But let's dive deep into this and explain what I mean. The need to awaken is stepping back into a pendulum or polarity and essentially taking you on a journey of trying to seek and find answers so that you can awaken. When in actuality, you are awake. Your brain is telling you otherwise. You're already awakened. Well, how do I awaken more? Realizing that you are already awakened more. Does that make sense? It's simply detaching from the 3D matrix of polarity, left-right brain thinking, dualistic thinking, which is separation, and separation is the devil. And stepping back into the oneness. The devil is the illusion of separation. You step back into oneness and presence, and you'll realize there's no need to awaken because you are awake. Once you go beyond thinking, once you go beyond emotions, you experience what we call awaken or awakening. How can you awaken more when there is only awaken? What do I mean by that? Well, awakening more is for the ego. The ego is saying that I'm not awakened yet, or I need to awaken more, or I need to go do 5-MeO DMT. I need to go do ayahuasca. I need to meditate more. I need to go and do more meditation, more transcending my thoughts and emotions. And this in itself is dualistic thinking. That we have to do more to become more when we are all states of awakeness right now. Right? The brain is the dimming down of who we really are. Whilst it's an amazing blessing, the nervous system, at the same time, on a spiritual sense, it's the dimming down of who we actually are. Because when we go to sleep at night, we can fly, right? If you ever had those lucid dreams or astral projection, out of body experience, the things that we experience in our dreams are not of this 3D matrix. It goes beyond our dualistic thinking, and we're able to tap into the superconscious mind. That's why they say to do your affirmations or your intentions as you're going to sleep, because you're going down into the theta brainwave frequencies. And it's one of the best times to reprogram the subconscious mind, but also to tap into the superconscious mind and intend reality or choose reality. So, why would you want to awaken if you are already awakened or awakened? You're already there. There's nowhere to get to. There's nothing to achieve. You can't be measured. Only the brain is measuring you. Only the brain is measuring other people. Only society is measuring you. Only you is measuring you against other spiritual people. You know, sometimes when people are making non-duality or spiritual videos, they have this tone and energy to them, right? Really like calm and relaxed. Even I have a naturally relaxed tone. I'm very like mute, dull. Maybe not dull, maybe dull. I don't know. right? I have a very reserved energy. Yeah. And I speak very, very low. In fact, I speak so low, some people can't even understand what I'm saying sometimes. And that's why I actually bought this mic to bring it closer to me, because it takes a lot of energy for me to speak loud. Right? And so you might find that there's these spiritual teachers that speak in a certain energy and operate in a certain energy. It's like, oh, I need to become more of that energy because they seem to be awakened and they seem to know what they're talking about and stuff like this. But sometimes, not in all cases, and I'm not judging people here, sometimes people are playing out a character, right, of non-duality and spiritual awakening and all of this stuff. They're playing out a character of who they need to be because that's what society or the spiritual community says spirituality actually is. It's almost like they're putting themselves in a box of spirituality or what non-duality says. And I need to speak really slow and methodical and really stare at the camera and don't blink. Right. But it is far from the truth. And so obviously right now, I'm in a state of non-duality, but I'm also playing out the character of what we call Gavin, or Gavin speaks, right? Because my brain has memory. And that's what's coming through me. But I'm aware that that's happening. And sometimes we can identify with our character and believe that we are the character that we are playing out. And we are not these characters. In fact, I was watching a video the other day with Jim Carrey talking about how when he's playing a character, he realizes that he's completely immersed in this character and he becomes that character. And then he realized that, oh, who is Jim Carrey then? If I can be this character and that character and this character and that character, then who the hell is Jim Carrey? And I find that so beautiful because he was speaking of the non-duality. He was speaking of spiritual enlightenment and understanding that this is just all nothingness. There's no point. There's only a point and meaning because we're giving it meaning and points based on the dualistic thinking. There's only a point because low vibrational frequencies have created a reality that needs us to have a point. And I know that might sound backwards, but I don't want to dive too deep into it in this video. So these characters that Jim Carrey are playing out, he realized that he could step into any identity that he wanted and he could become that. You see how that works? Which is absolutely crazy. So if you wanted to step into the character of a millionaire, you could step into the character of a millionaire and completely become the character of a millionaire and essentially create that reality for yourself if you choose to. And there might be aspects of you like, oh, I'm going to lose myself if I do that. Right? I'm gonna lose myself in the character of becoming a millionaire. And there's like parts of you that's like, I don't want to do that. That's scary. Like, I feel a little bit uncomfortable. Well, that's your current identity saying that that reality or that version of yourself is scary or it's bad or it's not good or whatever it is. But in non-duality, that is not good, that is not bad, that is just is. The fact that you're labeling it bad is you back in polarity, you back in dualistic thinking. It's not bad or good. And so we create these resistances in terms of manifesting, even though this video is about awakening. We create these internal resistances and it stops us from realizing who we really are. So let me give an example, right? Had a client and she was afraid to go up into the God frequency, which is basically going beyond thinking, meaning she disappears, ego goes away, the ego death experience. She goes away. There is no longer a her, right? She was afraid of that, right? Because she wanted to hold on to the current identity. And so in order to awaken in 2025, it's letting go of all of this, needing to awaken, needing to improve, needing to transform your life, needing to get to higher states of consciousness. You are higher states of consciousness. And anything that says otherwise, including your brain, including your emotions, is a lie. It's just the old self or the lower self trying to keep you trapped in what makes it feel comfortable. And as soon as you experience a little bit of discomfort, we're stepping outside the comfort zone. Alert, alert, danger, danger, danger. Don't do that, don't do that. It's scary, it's scary, it's scary, right? You see, when you do ayahuasca, plant medicine ayahuasca, if you've ever done that, a lot of people are scared to do it. And the reason why is because they're afraid to lose themselves, right? They're afraid to no longer have control, right? And so non-duality is absent of control. Ego wants control. And so wanting to raise your vibration or raise your level of consciousness or awaken, that is control. So what we want to do instead is realize that you have no control. And surrender to what is. And that you are free. So when it comes to our identities and playing out these characters, we got to realize that it's okay, right? It's just a character being played out. And at the same time, we have to realize that in non-duality or in the God frequency, all characters exist now. And so there is no right and wrong about it, right? And so 2025 is also the year of the 9, and it's the year of the womb or the year of infinity. And a lot of people are going to awaken regardless. I invite you to begin practicing presence more because, or should I say, not practicing, reminding yourself of presence more because it's a beautiful year for that. It's a beautiful year for the remembrance of who you really are, even more so now, for the dualistic thinking, right? And getting that extra support from the dualistic thinking that you are, is, right? And it's no longer antagonizing or, trying to pull you away from losing your identity, so to speak. So you can experience more of an awakening or being awakened, whatever that means, right? So I can't get you to awaken. You can only do it yourself. I can say this stuff and it probably, throughout this video, you experience a little bit subtle states of being awake and being in the presence, being aware of the mind. But you have to do it for yourself, right? You can only remember God for yourself, or what we call non-duality or isness for yourself. And it's just forgetting everything, essentially. Just forget everything. Like you're brand new here on planet Earth. You just arrived. If you just arrived here on planet Earth, then you are in non-duality. Feel how that feels. Experience that. And so I do have a program called Awaken if you would like to check that out. It's a 6-month program, very transformative. And I have processes in there to help you, support you getting into these powerful states of isness or non-duality so that you can awaken more, whatever that means. There is no awakening more, right? So I'll see you there, and I'll speak to you in the next video. Peace.